Welcome to this podcast for Brighton School of Business and Management students studying for the Btec Level 5 courses. For this unit you will need to satisfy the criteria exactly as laid down in the assignment brief and as described here, but you should, wherever possible, use examples from your own organisation and business sector, as well as showing evidence of having studied the unit topics in depth and breadth by referring where appropriate to relevant models, theories and established best practices. To enhance your understanding of the assignment issues, we strongly advise that you also discuss them with operational and senior managers and event, hospitality and catering specialists within your own organisation. Also, be sure to read all of the supplementary articles which are included in your study material. Each section should be approximately 500 words, although this is flexible up to around 600 words, not including graphics or illustrations, so you'll need to keep your responses focused on what is being specifically asked for in each section. Section 1. Here you need to give an overview of the complexities and diversity of the contract and events sectors, describing these from the viewpoint of how this complexity can make decision making difficult. For example, the influence of size, duration, location, time of year, range of services required, customer mix, and performer and participant mix, and so on. On bullet point 2, you need to identify and describe how a contract and event is structured, its main elements, stages, timescales, stakeholders, etc. And here you need to focus on strategic level decision making, not operational level decision making, looking at issues such as cost and funding implications, risk management, ethical issues, environmental issues, image and reputation, and potential competitor responses. Section 2. You need to explain why applying a project management approach to preparing for, managing, closing down and reviewing an event is so important, both strategically and operationally. Just as asked, you need to select a small range of different occasions or events and describe the type and the level of service that will be provided for each. Here you need to select a small range of different types of contract and event and describe the purchasing, delivering and storage systems found in each type. For this bullet point, you need to discuss why the client-contractor relationship at each stage from start to finish is so critical, including giving examples of how a poor relationship can have negative repercussions on the contract and event itself and on the reputation of the provider. Finally, you'll need to give a range of examples of health, safety and hygiene problems that can occur and explain why it is so critical to build in preventative measures to stop these problems arising. Section 3. You'll need to research how contracts are structured and the process that is followed to negotiate, draw up and agree a contract. You can use your own organisation's process if relevant, or research standard templates and processes. Here you need to explain the role of cost and funding in the drawing up and implementation of a contract, the immediate client-contractor aspects, plus for more complex contracts, issues such as exchange rates, interest rates, risk of cancellation, penalty clauses, the need to make a certain level of profit, and so on. This bullet point needs to be discussed from the broad perspective of how contract and event management organisations generate new business from existing and from potential clients. You need to give an overview of the main mechanisms, methods and approaches that are used. Finally, you need to describe and discuss the range of measures of success applied at the corporate level, for example, profit levels achieved, strategic targets achieved, image and reputation enhancement, and so on, commenting on the relative value and importance of each of these measures. Don't forget that you also need to add a list of sources of information and references showing any books, websites, articles, case studies, reports, internal documents and people interviewed that you drew on in order to complete your assignment. Here is a list of websites that you should find useful when completing this assignment. And if you need any further help or assistance with this assignment, please contact your tutor.